I'm super happy to have this conversation with you.
Yes,
I
likewise.
feel like since we just first started in conversation, that there's been a lot of synergy, with the idea behind this exhibition and your practice. So,
Mhm.
can you talk a little bit about, your work? Like, if you were to describe your work to somebody that you met,
Mhm.
like on an airplane, or somebody that was
Yeah,
unfamiliar with your practice, like,
yeah.
how would you describe it?
Um, it's always hard to describe, to put in words, but I call myself an interdisciplinary vocalist, which already hopefully that word interdisciplinary opens up kind of like a question of, well, what is that? And not a traditional vocalist, but really bringing in different disciplines. And there's movement and the body and the spirit and some kind of embodiment elements, so theatrical elements and performance practices and a deep listening and improvisation and a lot of different elements that come into the practice. It's not just one thing. I really think of it as pulling from all these different things. But I think what it really has become and mainly is a practice of finding connection between us and through energy, through the voice, but the voice really being energy and vibration, and opening up a channel, connecting with something that's beyond the physical material world, which is what sound is, that vibration and that energy, and connecting in that way. So when I work with people, teaching them how, guiding them how to sound, and really talking about the voice in that way. And as a performer, I put that in the forefront of what I'm intending. So it's not just about something being interesting, but about it being really a deeply felt, heart centered, felt experience of connection and gratitude and love that is received through that, the art form. So
So
yeah.
when you're performing, do you feel like how much does the audience
Mhm.
participate in what is being shared in that moment?
They have a big role in it because they're receiving and they're also giving their energy. It's an energetic exchange always, even if we're completely silent. There's a lot of energy. So my role initially is creating a space where people can arrive and be open to receiving, like have their feel like they're welcome, they're invited in energetically to an experience, and then whatever happens sonically, whatever happens energetically, that they're involved, they're pulled into it, and they're receiving, and they're also giving back with their presence, and then we're going back and forth, and so people do have a very big. We both, me as a performer and the audience and the space and everything, we're moving, shifting in the space is a part of the whole experience. um,
So out of curiosity, in this platform
mhm,
for Attune, and there's a bunch of things that you mentioned that I think are really super important. There's a documentary that I've just been deeply invested in, that's talking about the fact that if you go past ourselves, past our atoms, like everything that looks like it's a solid matter is
mhm,
actually, um, when you go into that quantum space, it's
mhm,
all like particles that are
mhm,
separate, and it's actually just like energy particles, right?
mhm. Yeah.
So the fact that sound and frequency can move those energy particles,
Mhm,
in a sense, in our bodies for healing on all these different levels, it means that
mhm,
it's penetrating these preconceived solid, you know,
mhm.
like
Yeah.
nothing that we see is solid anymore. And so then there's
Mhm,
this beautiful understanding of the importance of energy exchange.
mhm,
And so something that is a curiosity to me is, on
mhm,
a platform where there are physical people in front of you, but you're also engaging and exchanging with people that are present, but
mhm,
not physically present.
Hmm.
How has that, have you ever done that before, or how is that gonna play
Hmm.
into your
Hmm.
presentation and composition?
Yeah, I mean, the what I can think of is having, um, well, teaching online or doing anything remote like that. But then people are there. Sometimes I don't see them if they might have their camera off if it's a group class. But when I've my online course and having people experience my work when I'm not there and I'm guiding them and we're sounding together, but it's a recording. So I feel like my energy and presence is still there, even though I'm not physically there in the moment. Um, but I think that it's so much of it is just what we hold in our minds. The way I think about sounding and like the energy that is the sound, like how that song or that texture, whatever I'm vocalizing, how it moves through space and ends up landing or imprinting on people is what intention I put into it. So I think that just for me, thinking about all those different people in different places that I can't see and just kind of imagining them and seeing them in my mind's eye and just feeling that they're there is bringing them close, you know. And so I'm not really thinking of them being far away or not seeing people or not being connected. I feel like if I feel like we're connected and they're here, even I don't see them, then it's just as if we're all in the same room. And so I don't, I'm not thinking of modifying it really for someone I don't see, but just bringing the unseen into feeling like they are right there. And so
Are you going to
that's
be
good.
prompting the audiences in some of these just separate locations to engage, and then
Mhm.
we can hear them, and you can
Yeah.
play off of that?
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, so the invitation, there's going to be a track that we played, a field recording track taken from different locations in the city, and nature sounds. That's the idea. So different kind of
Yeah.
textures, and then there'll be a very simple melody that we will all hopefully everyone's invited to sing it together, so that we're all connected through just a simple melody that will be easy for folks to echo, and then we're just kind of we're just singing together inside of this landscape, and
What is it that you would love to achieve with your artistic practice? Like, what is, if you were to say, like, my metrics for
mm,
success, when you stand in front of an audience or you create a
yeah.
composition or you're,
Mm.
what is it that is like, you're hoping to accomplish?
I hope that people feel, that it moves away from their hearing and the ear and thinking that, oh, I like that, or I didn't like that, or that was cool, or she's talented, or this is interesting, like all those kind of words, but that whatever it is, they take it in and feel it as an experience and feel like they were happy to be there and that they're grateful and that it felt good to them to be in the experience of that performance, that sound. So I think in all my performances, I hope. I mean, there are compositions. There's a lot of different things that are going on, but uh, the most important thing is what I back to my energy, what I'm holding in my body, and what I'm radiating outward, and what I'm thinking about, and why caring about what I'm doing in the audience, and pulling them in, and moving myself out. All of that, everything that's unseen but just felt, riding the waves of sound, and that people at the end feel, wow, I am so grateful that I was here. That felt really good. And it can be different things. Some people might feel like, wow, that was a really sweet, beautiful feeling. That was a really, like, moved something inside of me, really intense feeling. Something came up, an image, a memory, a loved one, a deceased loved one. Something is happening, and it's not about the music or describing the music or talking about the music itself, but the music is a way to open up a different kind of experience, something that that person needed. So maybe in something like this where there are textures and sounds and there's water or wind or an animal or some kind of rustling of the leaves or different kind of textures, and then we're kind of singing with this repetitive that repetition of this melody can just kind of put us in some trance and take us out of our heads and thinking even where it is, what is it, what all those questions just start to melt away, and we're just like, oh, I'm just here, and here I am sensing, feeling. I'm with other people. I'm on the planet. I'm feeling love. Wow. All right. Something happens.
Yeah. If I was to offer to you like any, you know, location, any circumstance for you to perform, like what would be your like North Star, like
Mm,
like what in your practice do you see as like, wow, if I could do
mm,
that, like,
mm,
or perform there, or like what
mm.
have you ever thought about like
Yeah.
if that would be
Yes. I mean,
um,
I feel lucky that I've performed in so much just absolutely incredible mind soul bending places that are resonant. I've been seeking them out for many years now. Really, the spaces that have just an incredible acoustic resonance, um, where I can feel the space, so give back so much, like I sound a note and can just feel the movement in my body. Think that spaces that are like cathedrals,
oh
like a
yeah,
cathedral that doesn't have
yeah,
too much of the iconography, but but it has that sacred, the domed ceiling,
yeah,
and but I've performed in silos and caves and water towers and tunnels. I mean, it's just incredible. In this mine a few months ago in upstate New York, just absolutely incredible energy in these spaces that are so resonant. And I feel like, yeah, I
to
think,
continue doing that. Yeah,
yeah, to be
that's
continued.
amazing. So my last question is what so outside of like what you want the audience to feel, like what is your practice? What is it that you want your practice to contribute to in the world?
Mm. I think so so many things, but what I'm thinking about is just in most recent years, I feel like it's really come down to um, a sense of love for ourselves. So many people don't love their voices, and or so much judgment around it, and the voice is such an incredible instrument, and it's not about being a musician, it's about being a human being, and it has so many secrets to tell us. It's medicine, it's moving our body, it's breath work, it's energy work, it's all the it's consciousness, going beyond the material world, all of those things that and it doesn't matter what sound. It's not about this sound is going to take me, this sound I'm going to feel love with this sound. No, it can be a cry, it can be a wail, it can be a sweet angelic tone, it can be a call, anything it is. But when we're sounding a certain kind of a way, and we're thinking about something, and we're putting our mind, we're really feeling, sensing sound, vibration, energy, then we can just leave our leave our troubles behind, leave all the stuff here that's like of this material world that feels like there's just walls and boundaries and things I can't
Yes,
go
finite.
past, and
Yeah.
fighting and this, and I can't do this, and I get all this stuff that's like blocking me. I can just like be in a different space, that I feel like that's what we all really are. We are love. It took me years to just They're like, you know what, I'm just gonna say it. It's just what it is. I'm not afraid anymore.
We should be,
You know, it's not like,
because
oh, is
there's
this too
nothing.
woo-woo? I'm still like an
No,
intelligent, intellectual artist. Like, no, it's just what it is.
it is.
And I mean, yeah, it can look like so many different things, but I think when we're making art, dance, performance, whatever it is, and we're really our goal is wanting to connect and ascend, connect, really just connect on a human level. Really care about one another. I care about your experience. It can sound like this or that, but I care. And when you really care, all people can receive anything that you have to give. And then we just believe a little more, we like believe that all is well and love wins.
Yeah, I
So
believe
I
the
feel
same
like that's
thing.
been my mission in the last few years through my work as an artist and the teaching and workshops and retreats and sound meditations and working with people. I see it again and again. I see how people through this work are feel so transported and just feel loved by the sound and feel like they can give that and yeah, and it's not like, oh, done. It's
No, it's a
like,
discovery. It's
yeah,
you're opening the door of discovery
yeah,
for
it's a
people
discovery and
to.
it's a practice that we keep remembering and reminding ourselves. We can totally fall off the path, the most skilled practitioner. We keep coming back and reminding ourselves um, that there's so much beyond what we think our limits are. Yeah.
Yeah,
And the
absolutely.
voice really, really teaches us that. And we all have it. It's not, we can use it. It doesn't have to sound like anything. It has to feel and intend and connect. And yeah.
I am so overwhelmingly excited for this project and to hear your
Yeah.
composition and just
Thank you,
it's been a
Carmen.
real pleasure to have this conversation with you and get to know you a little bit more.
Thank you for
Um,
having me. Thank you so
yeah,
much.
it's everything. So what you're sharing with Los Angeles County is going to be extremely special. I'm very
Mm,
excited. Well,
beautiful.
have a really great night. I'm going
You
to go
too.
ahead and post this on Instagram
Mhm.
right now. So thanks again, and we'll talk soon.